BCTV and WB&H thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business, with branches in Bedford, Manchester, Nashua, and Derry. PrimaryBankNH.com. Delta Dental, providing easy access to quality dental coverage for every smile, from your younger years to your golden years, with the nation's largest provider network. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing healthcare to meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center, where meals turn into moments and conversations last a little longer. Murphy'sTapRoom.com.
He can run things at the left side. Now Helton stings the top corner. Hodgson Rogers, she gets the edge, tries to split the defenders, does. Bounce shot is good.
Back kicks, deals, fastball swung on and missed.
Oh, big hit there from Page, and that's going to go over the wall.
Now Muir looks in the middle, finds Matagano, and she buries Foddy's up top as Green runs through all of them. Beautiful pass backside, and Kahn with another save.
And welcome to Bedford High Stadium. The grounds crew doing the quick turnaround as we hosted the BHS graduation here earlier today. I'm Harry Kozlowski here with Jay Abendroth, and we're about to bring you quarterfinal action between the Bedford Bulldogs, your number 1 seed, and the number 9 seed Panthers of Nashua South, the team that the Bedford Bulldogs took on back in April. I think it was April 20th, and they defeated the Panthers by a score of 14 to 7. Jay and I will have more details for you, including the starting lineups. Right now, though, we had a chance to speak with Coach Steve Gaudreau earlier this morning to talk about this game and about the season in general. So let's take it away, Coach Gaudreau.
We're speaking with Coach Steve Gaudreau, the head coach of the Bedford boys lacrosse team, as they enter into the Division I tournament today with a game against Nashua South. Coach, you already had a very strong lineup going into this year, but how big was it getting Brody Helton back mid-season?
Anytime you can get an All-American back, towards, the home stretch, the part of the season that, you're trying to get healthy, you're trying to reload. Anytime you can do that, it's a huge help. And I think you worry sometimes as you get through a season that you're going to lose depth. And I think certainly we've been able to retain and add and build depth. And I think that's a great strength of ours kind of heading down the stretch here.
Now you play Nashua South today. They're 8-10 in the regular season. They did beat Wyndham to play you. That's a team that you beat back on April 20th by a score of 14-7. Your team has changed, obviously, with the addition of Helton. Is there anything about the Panthers team that is different this time around?
Yeah, I mean, they look great. We saw them play Thursday in their game against Wyndham. They had a great comeback win, and Coach Delanoy has them playing hard. And certainly when you look back to our meeting during the regular season, they were a team that never seemed to go away. They were fighting to the last minute, and they're a pesky team. They have some guys that we got to match up with, and certainly they've improved. They've improved in the face-off circle, and they got some good leaders that are certainly pushing them forward. So they're gonna come in ready to go. We know we have a test today, and we're excited about it.
Now, Bedford has a tradition in boys lacrosse, incredible winning streaks. I know we were just talking about one that lasted into the hundreds. Are your players aware of that legacy, and do they carry that with them into a game like today?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pride, and I think as you go down the stretch here, we have 5 seniors graduating this morning. And I think we all start to see, right, that they, have their times kind of running out in the program. And I think that sense of pride bubbles up at this time of the year. And certainly, yeah, I mean, and all you have to do is walk the halls and look at the records, and you can see players, you know, playing at the highest levels from this program. And it's a credit to, you know, all the coaches and all the players that have put a lot of work in, you know, Matt Gerard, Coach Bordeaux. There's a lot of people that have contributed towards the success. So we're, you know, we're grateful, and definitely this time of year, for certain, that's everything's on the table, and that's one of them.
Well, we hope that good luck and hard work continues today and throughout the tournament. Good luck today, and we'll see you later.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And Jay, you have our starting lineups for both the Purple Panthers and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the Purple Panthers, we see, let's see, number one, Max Signoroni, playing at 2029. Number 2, Bryce Stewart. Number 3, Nathaniel Motherway. Number 5, Chase Rio. Number 7, Cody Jackson. Number 9, Raiden Noi Chow. Number 10, Tyler Benzerkri. Number 11, Brendan Skelly. Number 24, Braden Tyne. And number 25, Jason Brindley.
And I'll do the Bulldogs here. John Purnell, the attack at he's number 1. Kobe Rubin also in attack number 2. Dylan Riccio, your face-off specialist, is number 5. Will Frangillo, defense, number 7. Cam Santos, number 8 on defense. Drew Clark, number 9, defense. Paul Gaudreau, number 10 on defense. Ethan Kahn in the net, number 12. Bennett Matthews, the attack, number 13. And Brody Helton, number 19, and a midi there. And we were talking about the addition of Helton during that interview, about what a huge addition to your team when you can get a guy like Brody Helton to join your team halfway through the season.
Yeah, absolutely. With Bedford beginning of the year, they had a lot of new pieces with the seniors of last year going on, and some injuries, John Purnell and Brody. So there's some new folks in the mix, and I will say the freshmen, some younger folks got to get in and get some good experience, but get someone like Brody back, a college-bound senior going to Rutgers next year, fantastic hands, and him at attack allows you to actually run more plays through the back and through the middle, and it gives you one more shooter that they didn't have. A huge addition for Bedford.
Teams take each other's end. Bedford will be going from left to right, and Dylan Riccio, whose face-off percentage is hovering around above 80%, he wins that one. And Bedford is on the attack right away. Fires a quick shot and scores. The element of surprise there, Riccio deciding to take that shot, and he beats the keeper, Bryce Stewart.
Yeah, Dylan has been such a powerful force in that face-off X. Not only is he able to control the draw, he's able to, we see the replay here, he's able to throw it out the front, meaning towards his offensive end, and the speed, stick handling, looking back for the defender, and really no slide coming forward. So that was about as good of an opening scenario as you could get for Bedford.
Riccio wins it again against number 9, Raiden Noi Chow. Bedford on offense once more. That's Purnell behind X. Gets it out to Becker. Bryce Durso, number 6, shot. Wide. Official says that it's going to be a possession for the Panthers.
Yeah, it looks like Purnell, who was there, coming across the middle, kind of like a wide receiver sometimes. He landed in the crease, sometimes going across that middle, going against the big defenders, maybe looked twice, but good ride here with an overthrow from the goalie. Brody Helton here coming in strong with a goal.
Right off the turnover by the Purple Panthers. Durso gets the ball over to number 19, Brody Helton. You see the replay right here. That high throw gets away from everybody.
Yeah, it looks like Dak Becker with the pickup, and Brody all year, big strong player, was able to absorb a little bit of a body check and be able to get the right hand through and out. This is, again, a great start for Bedford, and it's all starting as Dylan Riccio wins another faceoff at that faceoff X. This is, as we know in basketball, make it, take it, score a bucket, get it back. It could be really make it a one-sided affair early as Bedford continues to get possessions.
Helton had it. Gets it over to Durso. Durso draws a triple team. Here's Becker. Now Purcell back up top. Matthews the shot and stop. It's a goal. I thought Stewart might have got it, but no, Matthews beat him.
Yeah, and we see there John Purnell as the replay comes back. Durso gets the ball behind John Purnell there, the lefty, and sees Matthews up top. One quick move to his left and pins it in that bottom right-hand corner across from the stick. So we call that off-stick side. Goalie had no chance. Again, good to see John Purnell back off of a broken arm or broken hand. Excuse me. He'll be another nice addition, as was Brody Helton early in the season.
And another big win there for Riccio. Here's Matthews again. Bedford still on the attack. 4 straight wins, 4 straight possessions. Finally saved by Stewart. Pass up ahead now to Ben Zekri. Immediately turns it over. Bedford gets it in their defensive zone. Frangillo. Pass up to Helton. Bedford on the attack once more. Helton peels off, waits for his offense to get in position. Pass across to Becker. Becker just walks it behind X, being guarded there by Jason Brinley, number 25. Becker makes a move, comes up from behind, tries to wrap around, no good. Purcell picks up the loose ball. Now Durso. To Helton. Helton closes in. Shot, I believe that goes off the post. Comes right back out where Durso is able to play it. Now Becker. Purcell, one-on-one. Peels back, leaves it for Durso. Durso gets it back. Bedford just taking their time here. It's been all Bedford so far. They lead 3-0 here in the first about 3 minutes of the game. Centering pass, shot, score from Helton, gets another one.
Yeah, and again, just a very nice offensive possession. We've seen a little bit of everything from Bedford. It started way back. Well, we'll go back to the replay here. We see Durso drawing two, but able to turn, spin, and Brody Helton with no one in front of him really lights it up. Nice shot, but I will say that started with a nice ride, an overthrow by the goalie, or a drop pass, nice ride, and we're seeing a lot of little things from Bedford here early on, which is very encouraging. Really great start to the game.
They're definitely on their game, and they're catching these Purple Panthers flat-footed. Another face-off win there for Riccio. Leaves it for Durso as Bedford goes on the attack once more. Panthers really have only crossed center field one time, the center line, and promptly turn the ball over. Quick turnaround there by Purcell, goes wide. Bedford backs it up, they'll retain possession.
Yeah, and it's nice to have John Purnell in the lineup too, because a natural lefty. You don't usually get a lot of righties, and someone coming around that right-hand side of the cage, as we see Ruben come up around the left-hand side. It's nice to have that complement with a very strong left hand coming around. So he's, again, a really good addition to what we're doing here at Bedford.
Helton behind X here. Watched by Chase Ryu. Now Purnell's shot just wide, backed up by the Bulldogs. I'd like to take a moment to welcome our viewers on Nashua ETV channels 22 and 1073. Glad you're along for this broadcast. Quick turnaround, a goal from Ruben.
Yeah, Kobe Rubin makes himself known. That very quick first step, kind of jab step, puts it into the ground, acts like he's going to cross over his face and go to his left, but stays right, as we see here. Watch this first step. He pushes hard and then comes to his right, a strong hand. Number 3, a little bit late on that turn. Rubin not scared of it, and so able to put it in the back of the net. Again, 5-0, and I cannot say that Bedford could have started any better than they have.
No, I'm not surprised that the Nashua South coach has decided to call a timeout. They need to kind of cool things off and reset in the attack. They're down by a 5-0 margin here, just 4 minutes into the game, 4 minutes and change. We have one other tournament team alive for the Bulldogs, and that's the softball team. After an impressive close win against Merrimack, 1-0. They travel to Winnicott. And so far at the end of 3, they find themselves down by a score of 4-1. So we're rooting for the Lady Bulldogs, hoping that they can get things turned around out in Winnicott and Hampton.
Yeah, and as we look, the Nashua South team has had a number of runs. I think they've had 2 3-game win streaks and then a couple 4-game losing streaks. Clearly, they turned it on against Windham earlier on as they were a number 9 seed, beating the number 8 seed in the tournament. 2 nights ago, I think it was. So they definitely have earned their way in, being the only first-round game. But I'm not quite sure they've seen a team like this in Bedford that can really come at from any of the players on offense, one-on-one, and feel like, and on the Bedford side, they feel like they can win those one-on-one matchups. And so it's a little bit of a relentless set of pressure being applied for Bedford. And here we are again, back to the face-off expert. Dylan Riccio is 100% on the day.
Yeah, they finished the season with a 5-game losing streak. They had a 3-game losing streak early on, so they've been a streaky team. Win a bunch and then lose a bunch.
Yeah, and that's it's indicative of where kind of this season is. There's some teams that are very, very, kind of the top echelon, probably 3 teams or so, and then in the middle, and they've been kind of flirting in the middle here, the midfield, if you will, in the middle of the pack. And again, it's nothing short of commendable to make it here, but I don't think they were quite ready for this type of Bedford to start out, this Bedford team to start out this quickly.
Another win for Riccio. Bedford on the attack. Now they get the offense on the field. Matthews joins the fray, draws a double team, now decides to back off, doing a little directing here. Quick spin and a shot that just misses the post, but backed up by the Bulldogs. They'll retain possession.
Yeah, and you see that. That's about as good as a play result that Bedford can get. I would have loved to see Bennett actually press that advantage more. He had a long pole on him, and then they ended up switching and putting a short pole, which, as you can imagine, is a lot harder to defend a good, strong defender like Bennett, and he wasn't able to exploit that completely. But we see a nice real scrum here as Purnell takes the ball to the hoop. First save by number 2, the goalie, but Bryce Durso there to pick it up and put it in the back of the net.
Another goal, 6-0 now. It's 7:26 of the first.
Goal by number 6, Bryce Durso.
Durso with the goal after Purnell came up from behind X to wrap around. That's how he scored earlier. Durso was able to pick up that rebound.
Yeah, it was a really nice save by number 2, Bryce Stewart, the Nashua South goalie, but you can't save multiple shots on the doorstep, and the second one went in.
Another win there. Nui Chen had a shot at the ball, couldn't secure it. Riccio, a crafty face-off man, just takes it away, and Bedford on the attack once more. And there's a rare turnover by the Bulldogs. So possession goes to the Purple Panthers here. Let's see what they can do with the ball. Here's Brinley, number 25. Still with it. Chips it over to Cody Jackson. Signorini. Brinley, I'm sorry, not Brinley, number 15 is Imbo. So the Panthers here obviously trying to keep the ball away a little bit from Bedford, try to get a feel for the ball because they haven't had any offensive time at all in this game. So I can see why they're just kind of working the perimeter here, just trying to get the feel of passing the ball to each other.
Yeah, and it's a pretty hot day. They definitely owe their defense a little bit of time to be able to keep some possession here as Bedford, a nice one-on-one play, number 7 there, Cody Jackson. But yeah, this offense for Nashua really has to make sure that they keep possession and not give the ball back to this high-powered Bedford offense.
Grant Imbo's shot bounces right in front of Kahn. He's ready to make that save. Kahn really about the only save he's had to make so far in this game, and now Bedford coming back on the attack. Here's Abendroth, number 4. Winding his way through the traffic. Now gets it back to Purnell behind X. Rubin to Durso. Ball's bouncing around, loose. Picked up by the Purple Panthers. Now they come back. Turnover there, number 17, I believe, and no, not on the roster. Here comes Bedford right back.
Yeah, and Brody Helton there with laid a pretty big hit just to make sure that that defender, number 17, didn't get past him. Good play, but Nashua South stood tall and has another chance at a clear here.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have 17 on our roster. Another turnover on Nashua South. Bedford back on offense. Here's Dak Becker. Shot bounces. They're going to give that to Bedford. That was a close call. Stewart was almost there, but they're going to say Rubin was in a better position.
Yeah, and that's important for Bedford, is to continue to do the little things. They're getting kind of having their way, but you can get lazy. You see Rubin again, just a quick first step, able to turn the corner and put it high. But that was earned by him out racing the goalie to the end line. We'll see the replay here. Watch this first step, jabs right, gone, and turns. And again, number 5 there, Chase Rue, just not able to get over and affect Rubin's shot. And that is about as easy as it gets for Rubin. 7-0 here with 4:49 left. Bedford is rolling.
And they do have run time even in the playoffs, correct?
They do. I think it's second half, and I believe they have to get over 12. But so we'll probably see stops time.
They're well on their way.
Yeah, they're in their way. But yeah, it's again, this is a Bedford team running on all cylinders, and perhaps the Nashua South team either kind of groggy from their win against Windham, beating the upset win there, or maybe a little bit of senioritis getting off the bus. However, whatever it is, Bedford is having their way right now.
Yeah, today was graduation day for, I believe, both schools. So the teams threw off their graduation gowns and put on their lacrosse gear rather quickly. Nashua's next week? Okay, thank you. Well, Bedford, we know Bedford was, they graduated on this very same field earlier today. Pass inside, broken up by the Purple Panthers, but picked up by Dax Becker.
Yeah, and shout out to those Bedford seniors who have been part of a very impressive run for the team. A couple opportunities at state championships, etc. 5 of them going off to bigger and better things. Been great stewards for this program over the last 4 years.
Sava Fatorik right there, right at the footstep of the goal crease. Matthews got him the pass, and he tried to sneakily put it underneath Stewart. Now there's a shot by Durso that beats Stewart, and we're up 8-0.
Yeah, that one, Durso, he actually, as we see a replay here, he got underneath the defender, meaning, he's closer to the goal, and then this is just turn and get your shoulders going. Stewart had no chance. Durso shot down to his bottom hip. That was a fantastic shot with a lot of sauce on it, if you will. Very nice play by Durso on an individual basis.
Another face-off here. Nashua South has changed their face-off man. Andrew Stamos, number 18, is in there now. Same result, though. Bedford comes up with the ball. Becker to Rubin. Rubin goes all the way in, steps on the crease, and he landed in the crease when he fell, so Panthers with the ball.
Yeah, Kobe Rubin, again, always, getting into harm's way, and actually falls on that one, but I love how he drives hard and gets into the teeth of the defense. Unfortunate to hit off the post, but here we see with Nashua South, they do have a shot at 8-0 to maybe get something on the board and get a glimmer of hope going in the end of this first quarter.
Yeah, they really haven't had much possession time, maybe about a minute's worth in this first period. That's Brendan Skelly behind X. Still with the ball. Now Signorini, number 1. Grant Imbo, 15, spins. Fires a low one, and right there breaks the scoreless streak.
Yeah, it was a nice play as we see this replay here. Number 15, Grant Imbo, able to turn, spin, dropped his defender a little bit, got his arms and hands free, was able to set his feet and put one bottom right-hand corner that Ethan Kahn couldn't catch up with. Yeah, very nice play. Grant Imbo. Very nice play.
Another change at face-off. It's back to Raiden Nui Chen. Did his best, but Riccio wins it again.
And after goal by number 11, Brendan Skelly.
And Fatorik fakes out Stewart as he's all alone in front of the Nashua South net, and Bedford answers just a few seconds after Nashua South gets their goal. I missed who got the assist there.
Yeah, I wasn't looking.
Might have been Ruben. So Bedford up 9-1 here with 2:23 to go in the first. Riccio with another win. So did I get the goal wrong on Nashua South? Was it 15?
No, you had it right. Yeah, Grant Imbo there.
Okay.
With a nice play.
Correction on the Nashua goals by number 15, Grant Imbo.
Shot off the post there by Bedford, and the ball's going to cross the center line here. Kicked by the Bulldogs, still loose, and picked up momentarily by Frangelo. Panthers finally get it back. Ball still bouncing around. Frangelo with that long stick's able to snag that. Not easy.
Yeah, great play by Will there. Ball was kind of coming at his feet, was able to quickly pick it up, and in mid-stride, we see a little bit of helter-skelter here, but Bedford able to calm it down and easily walk it over with Bennett Matthews.
Now over to Durso. Shot another one off the post. Bedford's hit a lot of posts today.
They really have. That's the goalie number 2, Bryce Stewart, has found a new best friend when it comes to this field. It's that post, that goal, because it has saved a few.
Loose ball over the center line, picked up by Nashua South. They're on the attack now with about a minute to go here in the first. 9-1, Bedford up. It's been all Bedford so far.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Pass over to Signorini. Kind of lost the handle of it, picks it up. Signorini spins. Gets it over to Thine, number 24. Watched there by Frangelo. Thine still with it. Purple Panthers still maintaining control here. They've had so little possession here. Signorini has it checked off his stick. Now Bedford takes it back. They've got 24 seconds to do something with it here.
Yeah, great play by number 9, Drew Clark, the freshman. Kind of baited the attackman there. Signorini was able to go over his head and take it away, but that was actually a really good play because he had help defense crashing, so can take a little bit of a gamble there, and really has paid off. Let's see if Bedford, with a couple seconds, doesn't look like they're going to get in the back of the net. It was a good shot by Matthews, but really nice first quarter as it comes to 0.4 left. We'll come into an end here, but really nice first quarter by Bedford.
Dominating period so far for the Bulldogs. Second half action about to come your way, but first we'd like to thank our underwriters who make these sports broadcasts possible on BCTV. They include Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center. Thank you very much for your support of Bedford Bulldog Sports on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. And speaking of the radio, Bedford, looks like they have a good shot at advancing. The semifinals will be played at a neutral site. They will be playing either Exeter or Dover. That's the other side of the bracket, and the game will be at Memorial. Once we hit the semifinal, the NHIAA has a moratorium on TV coverage, so our coverage will end, but we'll be recording those games for later broadcast. However, the call of the game will be live over WBNH LP 105.1, and we'll also have an audio cast on our channels as well, so people can follow along live either on BCTV or on Bedford 105.1 radio.
We're kind of like a fine wine, right? We don't get us right away. You got to wait a little bit, let it breathe. Then you can hear it after the game, and
Well, the radio calls are just as exciting.
They are. That is true. That is true.
And speaking of the radio, we just launched our new WBNH LP app. It's on Apple and Google. Just search, free app. Does all kinds of nifty things. We think you'll enjoy it. Works great with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So just go to your app store and search, very important, search WBNH LP, those 6 letters, and download the app today.
Yeah, getting back to the first quarter there, we just saw a bunch of highlights, really all Bedford, the whole quarter. And number 2, the goalie, Bryce Stewart, has really been flying around trying to put his body in between the stick and the goal, and hasn't quite been as effective as he wanted. But we also see a lot of really good opportunities that Bedford is getting for themselves one-on-one with the goalie, and that can be a bit demoralizing. I saw him walking off the field, helmet off, kind of slapping his stick on the ground. That's a tough position to put a goalie in. If you're on the Nashua South side, you're talking about, hey, let's protect the goal first, then we'll move outward. But they definitely have to shore up that defense because Bedford's on a roll.
Stewart's a bit diminutive.
He's tough too. No sweatpants, no nothing. Gosh, these goalies continue to confound me with their strength and courage and call it what you want, but their willingness to get hit for fun. So they're in the line of duty.
And Nashua South, I was going to say, almost won their first faceoff. Not quite. Ball still loose on the ground. We'll see who comes up with it. It's not officially a win yet. Now it is.
Oh.
Panthers win their first faceoff.
Yeah, quite the scrum there. I think Dylan Riccio was right in the middle trying to make sure that he was part of 100% as the goalie the long stick number 10, Tyler Benzekri, with a nice bounce shot. Yeah.
So the Purple Panthers get the first goal of the second quarter here. Off their first faceoff win. Benzekri gets the goal, number 10. And he was the one who picked up the loose ball. So it's 9-2 now. Bedford still dominates.
Yeah, it was a nice play there. And, hey, if everything worked like that, Nashua South would be right back in this game. But here we see them coming back on defense. They're going to have to win a lot more faceoffs. But, again, they have another possession with a legal procedure on Riccio at the faceoff X. Let's see what Nashua South can do here. Maybe they can put together a little bit of a streak.
Here's Signorini, number 1. Tries to make a move, spins, fires it wide. That's kind of the trick when you spin around like that. You have to have the eye on the net in order to find the net. And I think Signorini that time might have just let the ball off a little early.
Yeah, and again, I think we were saying it before. It's very hot out there. It's hot on the field. Your arms get a little bit heavier, and I think he just hung that one out there, threw it away. Probably not a great angle. Probably even if on goal it wasn't going to go in. But, yeah, he got Clark turning sideways and able to get a free shot off.
Frangillo with the steal, gets it back from Kahn. Bedford on offense. Here's Becker. Getting checked out of bounds here. And that's a turnover on Bedford. So Purple Panthers back on offense here. Much better period so far for them.
Yeah, they're coming out with a lot of intensity, really pushing hard to make sure that they, get some opportunities. Oof, that would have been a good one, but thrown away. Bedford holding strong, but Nashua South has some intensity right now.
Yeah, Braden Tyne with the turnover there. So Frangillo goes back to get the stray ball, and Bedford back on the attack here. 10:26 to go here in the second quarter. Bulldogs lead 9-2. They play it back to Kahn. Kahn waits, gets it to Frangillo. A bit of a awkward pass there. Frangillo has to block it with his body. And a collision there with Gaudreau.
Looks like a timeout by Coach Gaudreau. Just while the the direction of the passes was right and the people were right. The passes themselves were bouncing, not quite getting there. And I think Coach Gaudreau saw that heading the wrong way with the failure to advance, called the timeout because we're at a point in the game where we see Nashua South on a bit of a run, still not there to scratch and get close, but they're trying. And this was a good timeout to kind of calm everybody down, get the ball in the stick of the strong midfielders for Bedford and get it clear and get an offensive possession.
Over in Hampton at Winnicott High School, the Warriors are hosting the Bedford Bulldogs softball team. And it is still 4-1. Last report we had was end of 3 innings. We're waiting for another update. The Bulldogs boys lacrosse team and softball are the last teams standing in the playoffs. And we have another update. It is the top of the 6th with the Warriors up 6-2 now. Bit of a Cinderella run for the softball team. They really just got into the tournament with the 14th seed. Only 5 wins in regular season, but they upset Merrimack with a nail-biter 1-0 win.
Yeah, that's what's fun about this time of year when you get into the playoffs. It's kind of win or go home, and you can see these teams hit some streaks and really get going. We saw the women's team on the other side, unfortunately, have a really strong season. The women's lacrosse team came to an end 2 days ago at Portsmouth. I think they just kind of ran into a far superior team there.
Was it 19-1 or something?
Yeah,
like that?
18-3 or something like that. But it was, again, a fantastic season, and I think they were hoping for a little bit of that. But Portsmouth really came out and got on top of them quick and didn't let up. So
the Clippers were the #1 seed.
Yeah, so great opportunity for the team, great year for the Bulldogs, but weren't quite ready to handle what Portsmouth had to offer.
Matthews with a underhand. He hit the goal. And that was a bit of a schmozzle there for a minute because the pass to him or somebody in front of the net was just kind of bouncing around loose, and Matthews got the ball, and instead of he kind of turned Stewart around, Stewart thinking it was going to be a fast shot, and he just kind of whipped.
Yeah, exactly.
The underhanded flip over to the net.
Yeah, kind of a low to high, one-handed left hand, was able to deposit the ball in the top right. I think, everything's turning up Bedford Bulldogs right now, but that's one that truly fooled Bryce Stewart, the goalie, even though it wasn't the fastest shot. It was well-timed and well-placed.
Procedure on Bedford, so Panthers get the ball. Jackson, Signorini, back to Jackson. Purple Panthers trailing 10-2 here with 9:20 to go in the half. Here's Imbold, one of the goal scorers for the Panthers today.
We get to see, first time we're calling him his name, number 25, Brian Gaudreau, a defender from Bedford, a freshman, able to get there at the long stick, give Cam Santos a little bit of a breather.
Turnover on the Panthers. Frangillo picks up the ball. And Bedford controls. Gets it to Kahn. Kahn leaves the crease. Flips it up ahead to Dak Becker. Draws a double team. Gets checked, able to pass the ball ahead a bit wildly, and it just goes out of bounds. So Becker in a little bit of trouble. Flips it forward on his way down to the turf, and the Panthers get the ball back.
Yeah, Becker's gotten caught twice, and young Dax had a fantastic year this year, but he's got caught a couple times today over on the sideline, and they use that as another defender, Nashua South, pinching him off and able to get the ball in a turnover as they get the ball back, a little bit of a scrum, but throw it away to the defensive end of Bedford.
Nice catch there by Matthews. Bedford on the attack now. Matthews spins, loses an edge, goes down, but manages to get it to Durso. Durso now flips it to his teammate Becker, who fires it wide, backed up by the Bulldogs. Purnell trying to emerge, tried to pass it over to Becker. That's going to go over the center line. Turnover for the Bulldogs. Panthers get it back. pass behind the attacker there, behind Imbo. Results in a turnover. Now Becker right back where he started with the ball in the offensive end, gets it to Heldon.
It was a little bit of a bang-bang play there, and Bedford expecting Nashua to get the ball and go their way, but with the drop, it was funny. I was watching in the midfield at the box. The defensive midfielders were about to go on, but then the Bedford got the ball back and turned right out. And you saw the offensive midfielders kind of drop their shoulders and say, "Oh, we got to go back out again." I think it's a hot day out there, and starting to take a bit of a toll, especially this team. It's already got 10 goals in the first quarter, or excuse me, through a quarter and a half. It wears on you after a little bit.
Helton High beats Stewart and gets the goal. It's 11-2.
Yeah, we see the replay here. Durso just finds Brody. One way to give yourself a little break is rip the ball low to high. Big righty shot by Helton. Gives himself a breather. And here we see Bedford, another opportunity to get some other folks on the field. Number 3, Jacoby DeJesus, able to take a wing here. And let's see. I think that's all we have right now is the news. But good opportunity here early in the game to give the starters a little bit of rest.
And the weather is getting hotter. We started out, it was overcast with a threat of rain. Now the sun is coming out and temperatures are in the 80s. And I'm sure they're higher than that on that turf field.
Yeah, these turf fields can act like ovens a little bit and bake you from the bottom up. I remember many a day in the late March time frame, one particular one at Hofstra University. I think the field temperature was 120 degrees.
Rubin scores with his patented from behind X move.
Yeah, and we'll see. I think it's going to be a lot of the same. He will fake like he's going to his left, and then a little pick by Purnell, and no one. Number 3 didn't even come with him. Nathaniel Motherway didn't come with the pick or switch or anything, and so Rubin was able to turn around with no one on him, and Kobe Rubin's shown that he can put that ball in the back of the net with people on him. Without someone, that's almost guaranteed. So really nice play by Rubin.
12-2 now, Bulldogs up. And as we mentioned before, 12-point lead in the second half results in a run clock. Riccio runs down the loose ball, still bouncing around, but gets it. There's DeJesus on the field, hadn't called his name earlier. Here's Helton. Decides to pull back. Waits for Matthews, flips it over to him. Matthews watched by Brinley.
Yeah, and you can see these two seniors, Brody and Bennett. Brody had the long stick. Bennett actually didn't have anybody on him, or excuse me, had a short stick on him, and that's just too easy. I think we're going to see something in the crease or something. I can't quite tell what they called.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get the ball to Purnell.
Yeah, Purnell was wide open and had it, but a turnover nonetheless. But you can see those two seniors working with each other, understanding who the matchups are, who has the short stick, because they want to kind of take advantage of those short stick opportunities and find them.
Pass behind Brinley. Results in a loose ball. Officials blow the whistle. I believe a timeout has been called. I'm not sure how they called timeout with the ball loose.
Yeah, so we've got a penalty here. I'm not sure who is going to serve it. I don't know if there was an offsides, perhaps in maybe a little bit of confusion as they came in and out off of the sideline. Regardless, this will be a man up from Nashua South. It looks like Bennett Matthews is serving the penalty, so I'm not quite sure. Perhaps he was in and out or over the line or something like that. But here we go. First man down for either team. Let's see if Bedford, how they react to the Nashua South man up offense.
Signorini. Skelly, number 11.
Only a minute.
Here's Brinley. Signorini. Imbo, 15. Back to Signorini. A little give and go with 11 right there. It's a play inside for Jackson. His shot was impacted by the Bedford defender. And a blind pass backhand goes out of bounds, so Bedford gets the ball.
Yeah, nice job by Cam Santos there to be able to get his stick in the way there. He was behind, trailing the attackman, or excuse me, the midfielder there, number 7, but his stick was in the hands, and I think that's really what upset that shot and made it bounce away harmlessly.
Here's Rubin. Ball is deflected by the Panthers out of bounds. It'll stay with Bedford. 4:37 to play. Durso to Helton. Helton casually going behind X. Or correction, that is Becker, 15. Comes out, centers. Matthews behind the back and scores.
Yeah, nice play. As I was watching that, I was thinking Dax Becker has done a really nice job, as we'll see him in the back here. I love it. He's always kind of on the edge of kind of stumbling, but really nice play. Lefty finds Matthews a catch, able to collect himself and actually get a beat. And I think what happened is that extra step is what got the goalie, number 2, Bryce Stewart from Nashua, going down. Bennett saw him drop in, was quick, easy behind the back. And you would think, looking at it, if you haven't played the game, that those behind the backs are, razzle-dazzle, they're hard, but they're actually pretty simple and standard if you play enough. And so that was actually a very high percentage shot by Bennett.
While we've got a moment here, let's talk about the bracket. Bedford here up by 11 goals in the first half, in a very comfortable position to maybe close this game out. They will go on to play either the 4 or 5 seeds, Exeter and Dover. They are in the other bracket. Those are 2 teams that Bedford has played and has beaten, right?
Absolutely. In this, to kind of recap this year in Division I, Bedford, Pinkerton, and Bishop Girton have all, in one way, shape, or form, all have one loss against the other 2, whereas Bedford beat Pinkerton, Pinkerton beat BG, BG beat Bedford. So Bedford got a little bit of a lucky draw. Well, they earned a little bit of luck with the number 1 seed, because Pinkerton, number 2, and Bishop Girton, number 3, are actually going to face each other in the semifinal, presuming they win.
Well, actually, they have advanced, according to the bracket that was just on the screen.
Oh, there you go.
Both teams have advanced. They played earlier, so they are both. So one or the other is going to be knocked out.
Yeah, exactly. And so that'll be a little bit of a positive for Bedford. Let them go beat each other up for a little bit. And then, again, Dover and Exeter are 2 very, very good teams. Bedford has had success against both. We remember here the late game a couple weeks ago, Exeter came in and I think in the first quarter had Bedford up 5-2, but then we saw Bedford put the foot on the gas and won something like 16-10. So able to handle those teams. And I would say just in general, Bedford got, by earning the number 1 seed, a little bit easier draw by the way of not having to play either Pinkerton or BG.
And it's worth noting too that one of the reasons why Bedford is the number 1 seed is that BG played an incredibly difficult schedule, a lot of out-of-state teams.
Yeah.
So they've had a few losses against those Massachusetts and Rhode Island teams that they sacrificed the seeding, but you can't say that they're a lesser team. They are a dominant team that Bedford will have their, if they do end up facing a team like BG or Pinkerton, they're going to have their hands full.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of those teams, I don't quite recall Pinkerton's lineup, but both Bedford and BG were willing to go out of state and play some really tough teams with, Bedford having a couple losses there too, and same with BG. So good on them. But to lose out of state, they still kind of count in the rankings. And so to come home and do what you need to make the playoffs is a really good season for both teams.
Turnover there by Kaysen Tupin. Missed the ball. Earlier there was a shot by Matthews, another behind the neck kind of shot, but it was from way out, and it kind of fooled Stewart. He couldn't find the ball there for a minute. It was between his legs, finally turned around and got a stick on it before a Bedford player could dig it out. And they're going to wave that off because Purnell was in the crease. Nice play, but you can't step inside the yellow line.
That's right. You can't do that. I think, Purnell has done a nice job getting back into playing shape, and sometimes these are the types of things you run into. It's just kind of where you are, foot placement, body placement, as you get back up and running, as we see a Nashua South defender, perhaps a hurt hand or something like that. Thankfully, he's up and walking. Looks like a hand or a wrist, but walking up off his own accord. Hopefully he is okay. Actually, going back to, I was looking at the as the training staff tends to him, the Pinkerton team as well have lost to Bill Ricca Memorial, but won at Longmeadow, Hingham, and lost to Winchester. So just like we were talking about Bedford and BG going out of state, Pinkerton was not scared to do so as well, and really nice result for them.
The injured player is taken to the sideline. I believe that's number 3, Nathaniel Motherway, who the trainers are attending to. I believe it was his hand. He was able to walk off. Now we have a substitute coming on for Motherway. It is number 18, Andrew Samos, midfielder. Panthers with the ball. Chase Ryu gets away from the defender, crosses the center line, and the Panthers are on the attack. Signorini. Imbo being watched there by number 8, Cam Santos. Imbo really can't seem to shake him. Santos aggressively stick checking him and forces a bad pass, which does get run down just before it hit the center line.
Yeah, good position defense there by Santos. Was able to keep his body in between where Santorini was and where he wanted to go and force a little bit of an errant pass. Nice job with Cam Santos's footwork there.
Imbo with it again. Jackson runs laterally, gets it back to Imbo, fires a shot, and that's caught by Kahn. Saw it all the way in.
Yeah, as you said, I think Ethan had a beat on that all the way through. Very easy to see and track and catch. As you say, it's not really a save; it's more of a catch. So we see Bedford again, kind of a senior getting up close to a freshman getting up close to the sideline and squeezed out. Had to throw it into the offensive end. Again,
Noah Lawless,
yeah,
number
Coach
16.
Gaudreau, I think, seeing him in harm and wanted to make sure he kept the ball in possession.
Andrew, back in the control room, can you put that bracket up for us again? I want to check the score of those Pinkerton games, Pinkerton and BG. So Pinkerton rolled Merrimack 17-3, and Bishop Girton a little closer, 14-8 over the 6th seed Londonderry. So that's how both teams got to where they are. So they are all set for the semifinal round, which will be played on Wednesday at Memorial High School, Shabbat Field, not too far from South Willow Street.
Yeah, as expected there, 2 really strong teams taking care of business. That'll be a good one to go and watch in the semifinals.
Bedford, of course, waiting for the winner of Exeter and Dover. But they got to get through this one first, and they're in good position for that, dominating this game with a 13-2 lead with 1:48 to go in the first half. Play is about to resume. In the Panthers' end, Bedford will have the ball. Now the official gives the ball back to Matthews. Tries to get through a block, does.
That kind of did look like a football play there. Bennett, I think, saw 2 attackmen, and what that means is they can't actually go over the 50-yard line. So he knew he only had to drive them back a couple yards. And through his football days, I think he felt confident he could do so with the defender. And really nice, easy save clear for Bennett.
Helton with a low shot wide, backed up by the Bulldogs. Yeah, I mean, let's face it, a lot of football players, a lot of Bulldog football players, football champions on this team. Helton and Matthews, 2 of them. There's a turnover. And a taken right back there by Brody Helton. Pass across, gets it to Purnell. Purnell shot, scores from a sharp angle.
Yeah, and a good ride. First, nice play by number 24. We'll see where we pick up in the replay. So, okay, Helton had the ball. A little bit of an errant pass looking for Durso. But as you see, the goalie, number 2, Bryce Stewart, kind of looking low because Purnell's stick was low. Purnell ended up flicking it up high, and really no chance for the goalie one-on-one. Nice shot by Purnell, but really nice play by Helton to be able to wrangle that ball, and good overall ride by Bedford.
1:08 to play, face-off dot. Noi Chow against Riccio. Riccio wins again. Ball loose on the turf. Durso gets it. crosses the center line, and now the Bulldogs are attacking once more with 58 seconds to play. Dax Becker. Here's Helton, fires a shot. Why? I'm sure he didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, but it's, again, Brody, we joke, is a volume shooter, but he's got a pretty high shooting percentage, so I'd love to see the aggressiveness. That one actually is a little bit, it's a little bit of a throwaway in some sense, because if it goes over, you have the backup. Purnell was there. You know you're going to get the ball back. Worth it to take a shot with under a minute left. You get another one, great. If not, you still have possession.
30 seconds to play. Purnell's shot went wide. Bedford backing that one up. So now Becker, with about 25 seconds to work with here, taking his time.
Yeah,
I'm sure they have something drawn up here.
Exactly, and this, even though the game is 14-2, this is a great opportunity for them to run a set play because they're going to need this practice later.
Wrap round attempt. Wide, backed up by the Bulldogs. They'll maintain possession. Only 5.6 seconds to go here, so whatever they do, they better do it quick. Clock starts. Pass intercepted there by Cody Jackson. That's going to do it for the first half, but Bedford has that 12-goal lead. So when we return, we will be in run time here. Let's quickly update or run down the scoring for you. Starting really in the first minute or so, Bedford just came out blazing. It was Dylan Riccio right off the face-off, 7 seconds in, runs in, beats Bryce Stewart for a 1-0 lead at 11:53. Then at 11:23, it was Helton from Dax Becker to make it 2-0. 10:47, Matthews unassisted, 3-0. 8:54, all in the first. Helton from Durso, 4-0. At 8:03, it was Kobe Rubin unassisted coming out from behind X, 5-0. 7:26, Durso from Purnell, 6-0. 4:49, Rubin again unassisted, 7-0. 3:46, Durso unassisted, 8-0. Finally, the Panthers getting on the board with a goal from Grant Imbo unassisted at 2:38, made it 8-1. But Bedford answering just seconds later with Savo Vitoric from Kobe Rubin made it 9-1 after one period. In the second quarter, 11:29, the Panthers answered with a goal from Tyler Benzekri at 11:29. That made it 9-2. But in the rest of the game, all Bedford Bulldogs. Matthews unassisted at 9:39, 10-2. It was Helton from Durso at 7:06, 11-2. Rubin again, 6:32 unassisted, 12-2. Matthews from Becker at 4:11, 13-2. And then the last goal from Purnell from Helton at 1:08 made it 14-2. And that's where we stand right now. We'll take a little breather, come back in about 8 minutes or so for second half action. You are watching playoff lacrosse between the Nashua Purple Panthers and the Bedford Bulldogs here on BCTV.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business, with branches in Bedford, Manchester, Nashua, and Derry. PrimaryBankNH.com. Delta Dental, providing easy access to quality dental coverage for every smile, from your younger years to your golden years, with the nation's largest provider network. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing healthcare to meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center, where meals turn into moments and conversations last a little longer. Murphy'sTapRoom.com.
And welcome back to BHS Stadium. Second half action about to begin with the Bulldogs leading 14-2. It will be run time from here on out with that 12-goal second half lead. Out in Hampton, the Bedford girls softball team falling to the Timberlane Owls 6-3, so that ends their season. Congratulations to the Bulldogs for a terrific appearance, and congratulations to Timberlane. That means the Bedford boys lacrosse team, the only team standing in the tournaments, and they're in pretty good stead here with a 14-2 lead.
Yeah, they are. They look like they have this game pretty well in control. I was down out in the scouting the teams out in the box there, out in the stands, and I think a lot of people can see just how dominant Dylan Riccio has been and what a huge factor he has played when it comes to the score that we have right now. He's done a great job getting the ball in his hands, in his team's hands, and really dominant as he has all year.
Dylan is a junior this year, right?
He is.
Has he attracted any interest from any colleges?
I think so. I don't want to speak for him, but I believe he's been talking. UMass Lowell has been one that he's discussed with, but given he's young, and that's yes, I should say it that way. He's had, I think, plenty of looks from colleges because of his dominance when it comes to the face-off X.
Procedure call gives the ball to the Purple Panthers. They begin possession, quickly shoot, and Kahn ready for that.
Yeah, and we see with a 14-2 score, we see basically most of the starters able to take a little bit of a breather. We have Brooks Hardy in the midfield here. We see number 17, Stefanos Peters Demetrio. I can't quite tell. Oh, Jacoby DeJesus, who we've seen. So really great opportunity for these new younger players to get a chance to come in. Number 33, Drew Pascalis, who has seen some playing time this year in, and then a whole new defense as well. So great opportunity for these kids to play in D1 playoff atmosphere and continue to pad this lead.
And they force a turnover. Bedford with it again, Purnell. Pascalis to Jesus, number 3. Fatorik out there. Loose ball. Purnell loses it to the keeper. Jackson for North, or South, I should say. Carries it into the Bedford zone. Here's Brinley, 25.
Yeah, and just a run down, we see Noah Lawless, who's been playing with a short stick defensive pole, now has his long pole playing long stick midi. We see number 25, Brian Gaudreau, who's had some opportunity on the ball here, getting some playing time. Reed Olarchik also down there low, and Ethan Hare, number 23. So the second wave of, and a lot of these freshmen, younger, lower classmen, opportunity to play and get some flesh, get some hacks in against this Nashua South team.
Signorini fires a shot wide, backed up by Thine. Panthers control. Here's Stein coming off from behind X, passes it up to Signorini. Imbo fires a bouncer. Off of Kahn, and with a little help, he's able to scoop up the ball.
Yeah, Ethan's had a very nice game there. Even with that one, the goalie position is not easy. Kind of a weird hop, but he was able to knock it down, and his defense was able to get behind it.
Brooks Hardy unable to come up with that long pass, so the ball goes back to Nashua South.
I don't know if I had ever seen that prior. The referee had stopped and pointed up. There's actually a drone in the air. Looks like they're trying to get that down. I'm not sure how that is flying, but right for
nice, not one of ours.
Yeah, right for the referee to call that. I had not seen that before. He was pointing up as we see it harmlessly falling over here on the left-hand side. Maybe it's just because it was over the playing field, but either way, a little bit of a stop, probably the right thing from the referee to make sure that did not interfere at all, and we're back to action.
There's a shot by Brinley, wide to the short side, non-con.
just add another name, number 34, Kellen McGinnis, getting out there, a senior who went through graduation today. Good to see him getting some run. And number 20, Liam Shannon as well, playing the 2 short sticks positions.
Shot by Imbo, wide. Possession stays with Nashua South. Braden Thine being checked there by Gaudreau. Attempt to get it on net, no good, and a penalty flag flies here. We'll see if it's on Bedford.
Yeah, it looked like they're gonna get number 31, Reed Olarchik. A little bit of a swipe and a hack. Yeah, it was an aggressive play. Ball was on the ground, trying to go after it. You can't fault him for it. Referees thought it was a little bit too much, and we see Nashua South with their second opportunity, man up, and we see the starting man down team back in. See if they can hold strong for this 1 minute, which I believe it would be a 1 minute slash on Reed.
Just 2 penalties in his game. Both have been on Bedford.
Yeah, it's been a pretty quick on game. The referees have full control of it. They've been doing a nice job keeping the game flowing, but calling it only when needed. It's been a pretty clean game thus far and a good one to watch.
Here's Imbo. Jackson. Back to Imbo. Thine. Jackson again. Down low, Brinley. Signorini. Imbo thought about shooting, instead gives it back. Thine. Signorini. Imbo to Jackson. Ball's loose on the ground. Picked up nicely by Cam Santos with the long stick. Bedford coming back. Trevor Aben-Roth. Tried to get it to Purnell.
Yeah, I think that was number 33, Drew Pascalis, with an opportunity. As we go on offense, it's a quick game, and Purnell coming around the corner. Good save by Bryce Stewart, but good man down as well. I saw the defense on Bedford really almost, this is where scouting comes in. They know what's coming. They knew where to go. They were actually beating the South player to the spot because they knew the play so well.
High shot, Kahn saw it all the way, makes the save. Now Gaudreau gets it over the center line. Brooks Hardy, all these bench players gotta have to learn these numbers. Salva Fatorik, Purnell. Purnell holding, wheels around, thought about a shot, tried to pass it inside. That was a kind of a tricky pass to Pascalis, handcuffed him, wound up losing the ball, and Stewart makes the save.
Yeah, Purnell's doing a nice job carrying the ball, trying to get it in. He's trying to squeeze it in there. With Pascalis almost had it, kind of got his stick on it, cradle, but it flung away after his second cradle. It would have been a fantastic pass catch and put Pascalis in a great spot to shoot and score. Again, just a little bit off, and we talk about John coming back. This is a hard game to be very, very precise at unless you have a lot of reps. And so, again, this is a fantastic opportunity for this team and all these team members who haven't gotten a ton of playing time in the very, very tight games to get out there and play.
Loose ball out of bounds, goes to Bedford. Peters Dimitriou now for the Bulldogs. Picks up some flack, able to outrun it. Crosses the center line, still with the ball. Thinks about a shot. Stewart sees it all the way, makes the save.
Yeah, they almost invited him to shoot that. He kept going down, looking for the pass, but no one would step up to him. And it was everything was right except for the placement of that shot was right at the goalie's stick. But nice clear by Peters Demetrius, and everything but the execution of the final shot was there.
Now the Panthers. That's Jackson, number 7. Signorini 1, spins. Tries to take a low shot, it's blocked. I believe it went off the stick of a Bedford player. Panthers will maintain control here. 3:20 and counting. You're in run time now.
It's kind of nice for the fans too. The sun has dipped behind the clouds a little bit. Otherwise, it would be pretty hot out there. Nice little breeze clicking in. But again, a very nice day to watch some lacrosse. And if you're a Bedford fan, which I am, great result here. And good to see this second team really holding up and keeping Nashua South off the scoreboard really in the second half. Really strong defense.
Ball loose, out of bounds. It should go over to Bedford. It will. Reed Oliars up to Peters Demetriou. Purnell now goes behind X, taking his time. 2:30 to go here in the third. Purnell spins back. He's got Fatorik with him. Tries to cut inside, spins. Saved by Stewart, but he's able to get the rebound.
John Purnell's got to be a little bit frustrated. He's doing everything over and over again to get to the goal, get it on get the shot on goal. Just has not been able to break the seal, and continues to try. Give him credit, but he's got to again be a little bit frustrated that ball has not gone in the back of the net to really, crown some of these moves.
Now here's Hardy trying to do the same thing, spins and gets the goal. So Purnell's teammate Hardy gets on the score sheet.
Yeah, nice play by Brooks. Let's see if we'll see a replay here. But either way, he kind of came from behind. We talk about this inverting, meaning you put the midfielders behind and let them run. He's got a long pole on him, so was able to kind of turn, drop his shoulder, and get a little leverage, get upfield. The stick of the defender was still behind him, and that's what allowed him to open up his angle, have free hands, and was able to put it high. I see Stewart a lot of times is going low. That's where his tendency is, and Hardy kept it high to high and found pay dirt.
I think we have a different face-off man. Bedford trying out number 14.
Yeah, I think that's Finn LaMarche with the opportunity here. Finn, a good player in his own right, really looking to follow in the footsteps of Dylan Riccio. Those are big shoes to fill, but Finn has had a nice season coming in relief.
Shot by the Panthers, stopped by Kahn. Just 30 seconds to go here.
Yeah, the first save by Sam Swiniarski, the freshman goalie, the sophomore goalie, Ethan Kahn, with a really nice day. Only 2 goals let up. Good to see.
Yeah, you're right.
Sam in there.
Swiniarski is in that. Sometimes they make these substitutions and they don't notice.
They're quick, I tell you. The effort's down, the action's on the right-hand side, and all of a sudden they're changing out behind you.
Here's a shot low by Hardy, stopped by Stewart, out of bounds, and that's going to end the third quarter. Only 1 goal to talk about in that quarter, and it was the last one he scored just moments ago from Brooks Hardy, unassisted, at 1:29, makes the score 15-2 Bulldogs. We at BCTV would like to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage, and those businesses include Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Health Care of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center. Thank you to those local businesses making Bedford Bulldog sports possible here on BCTV. Want to thank our viewers on Nashua ETV, channels 22 and 1073. Thanks for joining us for the broadcast. Might not be the best result, but we do enjoy bringing these telecasts to you. If Bulldogs hold on and win this game, they will advance to the semifinal being played Wednesday at Shabbat Field in Memorial High School in Manchester. And I believe first game is a 5 o'clock start. Second game will be Pinkerton versus Bishop Girton, and that's going to be around 7:30, I believe. So 5 o'clock face-off for the Bulldogs against either the Dover Green Wave or the Exeter Blue Hawks. I'm not sure if they're playing simultaneously with us. Maybe Andrew could get us a score.
Yeah, and it's going to be, sometimes that's the challenge as you go through the rounds of these playoffs. You see pretty dominant team. It's, again, we're talking about the weather and the nice breeze and those types of things, not because the kids aren't playing hard or Nashua South isn't playing hard, but it's just really a commanding lead that hopefully and likely will go to a win for Bedford. But when they get off the bus next week to play either the number 4 or number 5 team, you got to imagine that intensity is going to be very, very high. And sometimes, as you get into this time of year, it's the team that can manage their emotions and come with intensity but not get over intense in that next game is going to get up, and this is a game of spurts. So I look for Bedford here. If I'm Coach Gaudreau, I'm going to have them locked in on kind of high rhythm, high tempo practice, because the end of this game is ending up as a little bit of a cakewalk, and they're going to have to change that intensity as they get into the next round.
Kellen McGinnis brings it across, tries to shoot with the long stick, sails it high. And he should have waited until one of his players were in position, because Nashua South gets the possession there on backing up.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where there was no other outcome than Kellen shooting that ball. So he got his shot, got his opportunity. Maybe can watch the replay or throw that replay away for him. But good to see him running and gunning as a long pole.
Swinyarski with the save there for the Bedford Bulldogs. And they come right back here. Liam Shannon. Coach Gaudreau emptying the benches, putting in his backups here in the fourth quarter as his Bulldogs lead 15-2. Here's Noah Lawless up to Pascalis. DeJesus.
Yeah, unfortunately, number 26 there. I don't know if we have his jersey and his name, but another attackman.
A JV player, I assume.
Yeah, presumably a young player getting some action here against the varsity teams. This is good too from a program building standpoint to get people to feel what it's like in these games.
Nice attempt there by number 11, Brendan Skelly, but Swinyarski ready for it. Makes
that
the
was
save.
A fantastic save by Sam, as point blank had the shot right on him, and he was able to stand tall and stop it and get it out for what turned out to be a little bit of a fast break. As we see, unfortunately, a flag, a little bit of a skirmish in the middle, but really nice job by Sam in goal.
Craig Imbo taken down, Grant Imbo, sorry about that. Taken down there. He's going to draw a penalty, so Nashua South again for the third time today with the man advantage. Yet to capitalize on it.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen Bedford on the man up at all. So
no they have not gotten any.
Nashua, yeah.
No penalties on Nashua.
Again, credit to the we always do those reads and talk about the referees, and they do such a hard job, and they come out here and in the heat just like the players, and sometimes it's nice when you don't talk about them. It seems a little backwards. You want the players, you want to talk about them, but the referees, when you're not talking about them, that usually means they are running a very, very tight ship, and it's a good game.
I don't feel like I've seen any missed calls by the officials on Nashua. This has been a very well called game.
Yep. I don't know if I would do it. I just don't, I don't have that in me, that mental fortitude, that service gene that they have is beyond what I would do here for this game, because sometimes they take a little bit of abuse from the box. But I tell you, each one of these folks this year has been really, really strong, and I really appreciate everything they do for New Hampshire lacrosse.
Loose ball over the center line, still bouncing around as both teams trying to come up with a possession here. Bedford finally does. And now the penalty expires. We're back to even strength. Coming up to the 8-minute mark of regulation. There's DeJesus. Garrett. Haven't called his name yet today. John Garrett, number 11. Here's Pascalis. Back to DeJesus. DeJesus with the cut. Tried to get it inside to our mystery player number 24. He couldn't make the connection. Now Panthers take the ball back. Swiniarski left the net to play a little defense there, a little risky. Long pass up for Jason Brinley. Couldn't control it, so Bulldogs get the ball back. Garrett.
And if I'm not mistaken, this batch of kids, maybe not all of them, but a lot of the younger kids have had a pretty strong JV. And even if you get into the 7th, 8th grade teams, they have those season-ending tournaments, and they've done very, very well. So a good crop of new, fresh lacrosse players coming through the Bedford system. It's good to see them all out here playing at this late in the season at the varsity level.
Panthers with the ball. Signorini. Shot low there by number 15, Grant Imbo, goes wide. Play resumes. Here's Skelly. Now Signorini. Wheels and throws. Swiniarski, not sure if he made contact with that. Panthers keep the ball. Turn and shot. Backed up by the Panthers.
Yeah, good defense by Bedford. Nashua South definitely trying to get shots on goal. I think a lot of these are coming by the wayside and kind of coming harmlessly towards Sam. But he's holding his post pretty well, even though Bedford not getting the backup. It's been a pretty good stand here by the Bulldogs on defense.
Under 6 to play.
No doubt the longest stretch that I think Nashua South has had on offense today.
Here's Imbo being watched there by DeJesus. Fires a shot and gets the goal. Grant Imbo with the second goal of the game.
Yeah, that was a nice shot by Grant Imbo. One of the ones that, Sam, as we see, he's kind of gets flat-footed, stops, hesitates, and we see Sam can't really see through and kind of gets on top of him. It's a very, very well-placed ball, and if you're a goalie in lacrosse, a well-placed shot, it has a lot less to do at first with the placement than it does just raw power. If you can get placement where, especially if you saw Sam there not able to see, he's kind of like looking through traffic, it's very, very hard for a goalie to save. So really nice shot by Imbo to get on the board for his second goal of the day.
Panthers with the face-off win. They're back on offense here with 4:48 to go. And a quick shot there, a low bouncer. That's Tyler Benzekri. I think that's his second goal of the game too.
Yeah, it's you can see it up here from the press box. You maybe get a little bit different angle than otherwise, but he had that in his eye. You could tell he was almost like just kind of fake looking just to get the defender to come with stick, not body. Was able to wind his way into the middle, kept in his right hand, shot across his body to the right-hand side of the goalie. And it's sometimes hard with those long poles for a goalie to understand where the ball's bouncing to. So number 2 goal for Tyler there on the Nashua South side. You don't often see poles with 2 goals in a game, and he's looking for number 3.
It could be another one on a breakaway. That's Braden Thine decides to get on the score sheet. And the Panthers making this one a little closer, 15-5.
Yeah, and that one's just a little bit of everybody's ball watching. Nashua South was able to get back behind, and for Tyler Benzekri, he's got 2 goals and an assist. He is probably the leading points getter on their team. You don't often see that with a long pole, but he's had a fantastic day for Nashua South.
Well, this has been Nashua South's period so far. They've got 3 goals, and they have most of the possession. There's a shot that goes wide of Swiniarski, but it's backed up by the Panthers. Coming up on 3 to play here in regulation. Signorini cuts, spins, loses the ball, picks it right back up. Gets the ball across to Raiden Noichow. Chow, pass a little off the mark. Cleanly picked up there by Jason Brinley. Brinley back to Jackson. Jackson absorbs a few blows, but the whistle blows here. We'll see what the call is.
Looks like they called with that save. Brooks Hardy, number 22, is banged up as he got sandwiched previously trying to go after a ground ball. Hopping around. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's a wrist or an arm or something like that. He's walking off on his own, as we can see. His own 2 feet. Good of the ref to call it and give Bedford a little bit of a chance to get an injured player off the field.
Clock stops for the injury. 2:26 to go in regulation. 15-5 your score. Bulldogs up by 10. Waiting to punch your ticket to the semifinal round of the NHIAA Division I Boys Lacrosse Tournament. But the Panthers are the one with the ball here. Signorini spins, puts his shoulder into the defender, but loses the ball in the process. Now Oliars gets it for the Bulldogs. And Bedford on the attack. Pascalis.
Yeah, good hustle by Nashua South. What looked like a very clear fast break opportunity for Bedford was swallowed up by the hustle to get back in the hole.
We have another JV player out there, 26.
Yep.
Don't have him on our roster. Apologies to whoever family is 26 and 24. We'd love to give you their names, but they only gave us the varsity rosters. About 90 seconds to play here. Here's Pascalis. Garrett. Peters Dimitriou. Bedford just running the clock down here. Garrett loses the ball. And chasing it down, it's Tyler Benzekri. His pass is off the mark and just in time. Saved before going out of bounds.
Yeah, Benzecri's been a little bit everywhere, and we see another cause turnover on his, runs down, and there's a nice goal by number 11, Brendan Skelly. Benzekri has been Nashua South's best offensive weapon with that long pole today.
Goal by number 11, Brendan Skelly.
So the Panthers at least have this period to leave them with good memories.
Yeah, and credit to the seniors, Tyler and some others who looks like this is going to be their last game. See, run down the list. Nathaniel Motherway, the senior, Cody Jackson, Raiden Noi Chow, Tyler Benzekri, Owen Roy, Jacob Hovey, Cole Warshawski, and Brandon Tyne. All of those seniors, they see their season come to an end. Great win for Bedford.
And that will do it. We'll quickly run down the scoring. All Nashua South in the fourth. It was Grant Imbo at 5:27, made it 15-3. Then number 10, Tyler Benzekri, unassisted, 15-4, 3:48. It was Brandon Thine from Benzekri on the assist, or for Imbo, I should say. Or was it Benzekri? I think it was.
Yep.
So Benzekri with the assist there made it 15-5. Then with 39 seconds to go, number 11, Brendan Skelly, gets the unassisted goal, 15-6. And that is your final here at Bedford High Stadium. Bedford advances to take on the winner of Dover and Exeter. That's going on right now. Quick thank you to our underwriters, of course. We appreciate their support. Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate, New Hampshire, Murphy's Tap Room, and Carriage House Event Center. So Jay Abendroth, thank you for joining me on the broadcast. We saw a good one here, and you'll be back on Wednesday for the call, I believe.
That's right. I'll to thank you very much. Nice call. I'll say this was the best quarter. That first quarter was the best quarter I've seen Bedford play, regardless of the opponent this year. So encouraging signs for Bedford.
They came out hot.
Yeah,
and we expect Corey Munster-Tiger will be back in the main chair on Wednesday. Thanks to our crew, Bill Jennings on camera, Andrew Finn back at the studio. Your final score, 15-6. Bedford wins. They advance to the semifinals. You've been watching Lacrosse Playoffs on BCTV. So long, everybody.